I'm going to tape a tape that was made in 1971 when Patsy and the kids were home for Donna's birthday, which was August. First, there'll be John saying the Hail Mary in Polish.
And we're going on a plane, and there's two donkeys.
Maria łaski spełna, Pan z Tobą błogosławiona Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego Jezus. Święta Maria, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę wieki wieków. Amen.
Goldilocks on the three bears house, and she ate the Papa's bear food too much cold, and they ate the Mama's bear food and too much hot. They put the little baby's bear just right, and she tried the Mama's chair just hard. They tried the dice duster too much soft, and tried the little bears just right, and she tried the Mommy's bed and the Daddy's bed, and the Mommy's bed was too much soft, and the Daddy's bed was too much hard, and the baby bear was just right. And when the bears come home, she jumped out the window and never comes back again.
Hey, this is John.
This is John. John the Piperson. Still they're taking away he went. The pig got loose in there. Killed. Goose. No. Yankee Doodle went to town.
Okay.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Took a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Now, the three little pigs, the other pigs, the wolf blowed his house down, went to the brick house and it blowed the other one house down, and he go to the brick house and he couldn't blow it down, and first the mama pig gave them some, and the farmer gave them some wood and some straw and some bricks, and said, "Let me in." Well, not. Grab the hair of my chin.
What did you do?
In the brick house. I didn't go down. Climbed up on chimney. It fell down into a hot pot. And it fell down into a hot pot, and he'll never come away again.
Talk nice. Come on. Talk now, so get you going.
Fake, Ibu, Ishade, Jose. Siki, Boki, Neki, no. Sivia, Sivia. Siki, Moki, Siki, yo. Siki, yo, Sini, Senor. Now Colin said to his mommy, "Am I going up?" "Not yet." And his nut was this right, and the mommy rabbit said, "You must leave the nest," and little baby said, "It was this right," and now she said that I grown up. Now you go around for foxes, and you twitch your nose for a fox, and near your ears to see if that's that fox coming. And then he froze like a statue, and the fox ran behind the thorns. And she said, look on till this morning, am I growing up? Yes, look on.
Donna's been telling Grandma a bedtime story, so it's 9:30 now, so I guess we'll go to sleep. And this is the last night that they're going to be here before they go home, after being here for 5 weeks, which Grandma really has enjoyed, and Punko has too.
We went in the train and to South Missouri, and
You went to Oklahoma and got your picture taken on a horse?
I went to Oklahoma and took the picture taken on a horse. And, well, we were in the camper, and we were in a swimming pool, went to the park, and it was nice coming to Grandma Moloski.
Yes, what? Did we went down to see Punko at the office today?
We went to see Punko at the office today.
And we bought us a crucifix?
A crucifix. And that's all.
Down to great grandpa.
I went to Don's great grandpa's, and I saw his stove and his candy and his table and his living room and his bedroom and our bedroom where we slept in, and the hallway and the bathroom and the kitchen and the dining room, and that's all I saw.
Watch television?
I watched television, and I saw his couch, and
You helped him do his cane, you helped him walk.
I helped him walk, and I helped him get him cane, and
Tell Grandma what great grandpa did with his cane out there in the yard that night.
what
What did he do?
what did he do?
He tried to get your toes?
He tried to get my toes, and feel
Can you help push him up when he tried to get out of the chair?
yeah. I tried to push him up to get him out of the chair, and I rang the doorbell, and I walked outside every time, and that's all he had in his living room,
John.
and stool, and the table, and
Let's talk about the yard. We went for a ride.
went for a ride, and we went where Grandpa's and great-grandpa's great-grandma's mother was buried, great-grandpa's mother, and that's how I saw to his house.
Waterfall.
No? Scoop. Here's John, 5 years old. And I got army tracks and Amy cannons and giraffes and Donna's got a woody woodpecker and we swinged and slings.
Played in the water.
Played in the water creek, and we swam.
What picture?
Head frogs,
Crawdads.
crawdads. He nibbled on my kid's nose, her toes, and we're nibbling on Donna, and that's all I'm going to. We'll call the cow Mindy, Spindy, and we call the other cow George, and we call the what? Okay. And then we got a brand new fan, and Mommy's combing her hair. And Donna's fixing my cannon, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, the kids caught the 11:45 plane on September the 4th, 1971, and went home. Sure was a wonderful thing to have them here for so long. We enjoyed every minute of it, and Patsy called us that night after she got home. We went to Mary Kay Fowler's wedding, and everything was beautiful, even the guitar music, which was real nice. Went to the reception, and Aunt Geneva was there. Well, that was a piece that Lawrence Wilkes played on his show on Saturday night. Well, here it is, Christmas Eve in 1970. John and Linda was over for supper, and we had Santa Claus as usual and took a few pictures. And after they had left, well, Kate and Frank came over and had a few drinks and stayed till about 12:30, which we had a real good time. We always enjoyed their visit on Christmas. We went down home Christmas Day. John, Lewis, and Linda went with us. Nobody but Marie and Arthur was at Papa, so we had a real good time, but wasn't like usual. Then we came back home, and then New Year's we didn't do anything, just stayed at home and watched the football games everybody else did. We celebrated John Lewis's birthday December the 13th by going over to their house and having ice cream and cake, and they decorated the Christmas tree, and I had to go to work that night. Then about the most next important date was January 1972, the 22nd, Daddy's birthday. Well, we went to work on Saturday as usual, and Claire and Jean and Slim came up for an anniversary, 25th anniversary of Steve and Elsie of Jaster for Saturday night. So they came out and stayed a couple hours and ate lunch with us, which we enjoyed very much. Then we went to the celebration that night, and we had a real good time. Of course, we came home right after the deal was over at church, which was about 12:30. Which Daddy's still mad at me because we didn't go over to Steve. Then the 23rd, John, Lewis, and Linda came over here and had ice cream and cake for Daddy's birthday. And they brought him a jug of whiskey of some old man, I don't know, looked like some hillbilly guy, but was right cute. Patsy called on Saturday night after we got home from the party and wished Daddy a happy birthday. June the 2nd, 1972. I mean the 15th. I'm down where Grandpa is at the nursing home. Sherry Lane, and I'm going to have Grandpa talk to us for a little bit. I have to keep them there because I might forget mine when I go to work.
Oh.
How's your head feel washed?
Huh?
How does your head feel since it's been washed? The truck went off of the highway because it hit a puddle of water and made him veer off, fell 20 feet.
Land.
Quite a bit of traffic on the road tonight.
Is it? Is this for that Thursday?
Yeah.
And that's around over north here. A couple days ago, maybe 3 or 4. And I don't know, someone was sitting there, the show around her, and quilt, a bigger short quilt, over her knees. First thing one of the kids said something about doing this and doing that, and that one rolled out right along. That son of a...
That's the one that sits in the wheelchair up there.
Huh?
That's the one that sits in the wheelchair up there.
all the time.
That was Papa talking to me at the nursing home, but I'm not going to tape it all because it was too many pauses in there. So I thought maybe I'd just let you hear his voice.